Sindler, the Operations Manager at ABBA Eyecare.
And I'm Jasenia with ABBA Eyecare. I am the Director of Sales and Education.
The impetus for us to look at branding for ABBA was the fact that we've grown substantially in the last 5-6 years, and we felt that with the addition of so many employees, we needed everyone to be on the same page.
We needed more structure within the company because it was growing so quickly. Although we work really well together, we needed someone, an outsider, a branding coach to come in and actually give us a little bit more of that structure, and it really did help us develop.
Going through the DNA branding process was a very interesting experiment. We thought that we knew what our differentiators were, what our core values were, but when you get a large number of people together, you find out not everyone's on the same page. So it was a great way to kind of gel together. A lot of things that we discovered were things that we kind of suspected but weren't sure. Other things came as a complete surprise to us, so it was a very interesting process.
Right. With Suzanne's coaching and guidance, she really allowed us to speak freely and make sure that everybody knew that we were there to support each other, and they felt it was more of a sense of working together in unity so that we could develop in different areas throughout the company.
So one of the things that really propelled me into thinking along the lines of branding ourselves and really trying to create a culture was a comment made by one of our customers, patients actually. And he was at the front desk and he was making a remark, kind of loud, that you guys aren't the cheapest place in town. It's not something that you want to hear announced, but the fact is, as I mentioned, that we don't strive to be the cheapest, we strive to be the best. But he immediately followed that up by saying, but you're awesome. I would never go anywhere else. I want to keep awesome. And the only way to do that when you have the challenge of such an increase in employees, as we have in the last several years, we've had a growth of 45 employees to, I believe we're at 130 right now. So the challenge there is how do you create that awesome every day from everyone? And you have to create a culture to do that. I keep coming back to that term because I believe that's the all-important thing that we're trying to achieve. And the way to do that is by branding yourselves, internally as well as externally. I always thought of branding as something that you did external to your business, to kind of in a sense a marketing ploy, if you will, although you want it to be sincere, but it was still a technique to get people in. But I realize now that branding is much more than that. There's an internal process that has to occur, and the only way to really make that happen is to have everyone on the same page. Branding is the only way I can see to do that. One of the benefits of going through this branding process is finding a common language. So now the people that have participated really understand when we say things like integrity and honesty, things of that nature, what that really means and how that looks when we unpack it on a daily basis in the work environment. It's given us a common ground and a common language to relate to the rest of the staff so that we're all on the same page.
In addition to that, the common language is now being practiced with the branding managers that we went through the process with. So we do use that language, and we are now starting to live by that to make sure that we are the examples for the introduction to the branding.
We call it IC, which is kind of a play on words since we're in the vision business, but essentially it stands for integrity, comfort, excellence, and engagement. And the way we break that down is we really feel like we want all our patients and customers to understand that our goal is to help them to see better. That has significance to us, and we always want to keep that at the forefront.
And we also want to make sure that everybody knows that the mantra is so strong and powerful that it's our vehicle to get us to that platform of what we're looking for.
The vision for ABBA, no pun intended, is really to incorporate all the core values, all the things that we know make us unique and have enabled us to gain the trust of the community, to gain awards like we have for the last number of years as Best of Eyecare. We really want to take it to the next level, and this is one of the best opportunities we've seen to really create a stream or a culture with our employees to where everyone's on the same page, delivering excellence in eye care, really being committed to a great experience is our goal. We just want everyone to share that goal.
So as the primary trainer for ABBA, I am really looking forward to our future, what we can do as far as making sure that we have the education behind our staff. What that entails is it's going to allow us to not only do training but teach positivity, making sure that we have those core values in mind at all times, and making sure that the opticians feel empowered, the staff feels empowered, everybody feels a sense of team, but also a sense of ownership when it comes to every aspect of the business and any area that they're working in.
What we're finding through this process is that internal branding is just as important as the external marketing we do. As a matter of fact, it's really integral to that process, because you have your outer perception that you create with advertising, but then you have your inner reality, and that has to match your branding on the outside. If it doesn't, people won't be too forgiving when they don't get the experience that they expect. So it's really important that everyone be on the same page, and that's probably the most valuable thing I see about branding.
Yeah, I think the most valuable thing we've seen through branding as an ABBA brand is that we now know how to create and have expectations and live the brand. But it's not just internally. We are making sure that that is spread externally as well through our patients, and making sure that everybody has that experience, that wow experience that we talk about all the time. We want to make sure that that's in every office, in every employee's mind at all times. What I would tell companies that are considering investing into the branding, it's not just a monetary, it's not money, it's really about the experience and the understanding of your culture and what you are contributing and what you can do to exceed in the future, and how it's going to benefit your business as well as your employees. That are going to be a lot happier, and you do have a great branding coach. Suzanne has been wonderful and guides us to that next level.
I was actually asked the question, is it more important to be branding externally or internally? To which I answered, is it more important to breathe in or breathe out? I think the answer is obvious. You need to do both. And I think, especially a growing company, you'll never maintain the consistency that you want unless you're branded internally, unless everyone's on the same page. There's no other way to do it, but having everyone speak the same language with the same understanding of what those words mean and what our core values are. And to live those core values, you have to understand and be on the same page as everyone else.